All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. This is A Mountain Echo. It's your boy Frankie and your boy Jonah Gallegos. We are back like we never left. It is first day of December, first week of December. Just finished up Blue Saturday. We got the Aggies coming back from Cancun. We got the Aggie basketball from Cancun. We got the Aggie football team falling on their last game of the season, where there was some potential, possibly, of a bowl game if we had 5 wins. A lot of different things had to go right, but now we don't even have to worry about it. So we got high school basketball wrapping up their first week of the season, and then we have some other spring sports happening. Some wrestling, and we also have swimming. Surprisingly, swimming is a winter sport. If you didn't know that, now you know. So exciting time. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. Leave a comment. It's really helpful. And thank you very much. Jonah, how you doing, brother man?
I am doing good. I'm a little sad after this weekend with our local sports, but life goes on, baby. Life goes on.
Life goes on. What made you the saddest?
You know what? The Cruces game. It was
Mm,
right there. You said it best. Let's just dive into it. How about we do that? You
yeah,
want to do that?
that's
Let's.
where we're starting off. There it is again. Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan.
Who's who? Huh?
You're Michael. I'm just throwing up the
Ah,
assist. I just throw up the assist, dog. I let you cook.
I
Um,
like that.
but no, I think I was actually really happy. I don't think I'm not really sad about this game. Obviously, I wanted Cruces to win, and uh, it was a really well fought game. But I rewatched it a second time. I tried to tune in. I was at the Aggie game. It was at the same time as
Yeah.
the Cruces, the state championship. So I'll admit I was in and out trying to stream it on my phone. So I had to rewatch it when I got home, and I I I just it was a possession game. It was really evenly matched. But yeah, what you got going on, Jonah? What'd you see?
Just the big boys up front for Cleveland. I want to say dominated, but they just had that extra push. And I think Coach Lopez said it in a post game interview, just saying like kudos to them, like they were fast off the ball, and we really couldn't match that intensity. In so many words, he said that, and I really don't think Samuel Bustillos, I think, was the running back for Cleveland. I don't think he was doing anything special. He ran hard at times at the second level, and with the DBs, of course, there it's going to be a little more evenly matched when you go up against them. But when he has those size of holes, I mean, you and I can run through those. Um, and so, shout out to Cleveland. We
I don't think
what?
I don't think I'm running through any. I don't.
Hey, you
I mean,
got that. You're gonna
they were
get
big
you're gonna
holes.
get
He was doing
you're
good.
gonna
It's like,
get
well, I'll
five
give
or
him some
seven
credit.
yards. But
I can get some yards, but he's like, no. I mean, the kid was a dog. He didn't play the first game when we played him, and you could tell there was a difference. Whether it was his presence, we just had to pay attention to him a little bit more. Um, I get what you're saying, but it
Yeah, I
was
didn't know that.
he
I
was
didn't
a
know
hell
he
of a
didn't play the
runner.
first game. He didn't play the first game?
I don't think so. Well, he was a kid who had torn his meniscus, right? I
Yes. I
think it
don't
was
know.
he hadn't played, and he tried to figure out how to come back rehabbed, and he finished the season, but he wasn't there at the beginning.
That would make sense because I believe Maldonado and like Nanez for them were like their running backs that first game. But even so, I mean, the back-to-back state titles, I think that's their second time doing it. I think they did it again in 2021. No, yeah, 21-22. But yeah, we just couldn't match the scores with them. Offense, Cruces didn't do anything bad. I wouldn't even say the defense did anything bad. They just couldn't get those stops. Like you said, if they maybe forced a field goal or somehow end the half 14-14, totally different game, totally different mindset for the coaches and play calling and whatnot. But yeah, it was a great state championship game. So nothing to, I guess, hang your heads down for the Cruces players. Like they gave it their all. I mean, twice I think they scored like under a minute or two in the fourth quarter, and then again and again, or third quarter, and in the last couple seconds of the fourth quarter, they just drove down the field. And if they got that onside kick, it would have been a crazy ending, something like Artesia and Roswell had at their state championship. But I'm very proud of the Cruces team. They should be proud of themselves.
Yeah, no, they should be very proud. I it was a shootout. I was telling you before we got on here, we are talking about it on the live. It was a matter of who had the ball at the end of each half. Um, Cleveland was able to score a touchdown with 10 seconds left before halftime. That gave them a touchdown lead.
Yeah.
And Cruces gets the ball back first drive after halftime, and they're faced with like a short fourth down where I think if you are tied, you go for a field goal in that situation. But being down a touchdown, knowing that it was going to be a shootout, I think Coach Lopez felt like he needed to be a little bit more aggressive. So
Yeah.
if we're looking at a completely different game, uh, if Cruces is able to stop Cleveland right before the half. So that was really tough. And then we did get within a field or within a touchdown towards the end there, but we just ran out of time and they needed to get that onside kick. So man, if one bounce would have went our way that didn't, I think it would have been a different game. There was no turnovers. That's what Cruces is known for. I mean, that's why they were able to dominate against La Cueva when they were able to pull away, was because of the turnovers, and they were able to just kind of just create a mess, and they played their game. And this was
Mm,
a little bit more of of just pound for pound who can score more, and Cleveland Cleveland dominated in that sense. The at least the offensive line. I'm looking here. Bustillos had 2 touchdowns. He ran for 202 yards,
I saw
and
that.
he did. So he said here. There's an article from the Rio Rancho Observer, and it said that he missed a big chunk of the games due to a torn meniscus on uh, at least before September 12th. That's when they played Cruces. So he was a senior who didn't want to miss out too much. One thing that I'm kind of curious about is that in the interview, it says that he drives almost an hour to Cleveland. How many schools do you pass um,
Might
before
have just
you?
outed him right there. I'm just
I don't
saying.
know. It says literally, quote, I drive 45 minutes here every day. I live in Albuquerque. So it's just a blessing to know that all the hard work finally paid off. But shout out to him. That's interesting, but it was in the article and I'm just reporting. So, yeah, shout out to Las Cruces High School for being able to have a perfect season leading up into the state championship, falling by a touchdown. Proud of those seniors, proud of a lot of those guys. And we're just seeing right now that they are coming out with the rosters for the All Star game. It's not North and South anymore. It's red or green, which is still pretty cool. We're a chilly state, so red or green is a pretty cool way to distinguish some of the kids. So they're kind of moving away from a north and south game and kind of dividing the state and doing a little bit more camaraderie with
Yeah.
everyone. So that means kids who are on the same team and same school are now playing against each other. So that's special. That happens. So it's a little bit more of a draft there. Um, Jonah, what do you got for? I know we got a couple things on who made it. Um, John, shout out to first of all, shout out to Coach Angel Zapata over at Centennial, one of the assistant coaches. He just messaged us and let us know that those rosters were out moments before we hit record. But Joe Bitar is a linebacker, and he made the All Star team. And then T. Luke Matherly is also on the making it on the roster. I don't know what team they're on. I'm trying to pull it up as we speak. Let me Let me do one of these here. And I'm going to remove the lettering there. So here's what we have, real unofficial official list here. Shout out to Coach Kale Sanders over at Carlsbad. He is the head coach for the green team for um, for this red green All Star game. So here we have our offensive selections. Notably, there Gunner. Gunner is was one of the selected. Danny Amaro. Who else you seen here, Jonah?
Let's see. Mayfield guy down there, Ochoa.
Oh,
He's
Xavier.
list
Oh, the punter.
he's listed at punter, but I'm sure he'll get some reps at some quarterback. I believe
Okay.
he's a quarterback. And then defense wise, let me see down there. If you scroll down a little bit.
There's Luke.
Um,
Then we just
Luke, there we
mentioned.
go.
Shout out to him.
And Devin Alba from Cruces.
Devin Alba from Las Cruces. That is your green all-star team there. And then we have our red all-star team
Hey, let's shout out
coached
to
from.
Gatson, baby. Juan Rios. Tocayo.
That's my tocayo. That's my cuz. He's I mean great running back. Loved watching him play in person. Workhorse for sure. So congratulations to him for making it. We have
Winikoff.
Francisco Winikoff, my tocayo, also tocayo. Uh,
Wow, look at you, man. You just representing.
Francisco Rios. There we go. Um, and then on defense, Joseph Vitar.
Another Gatson guy, Rodriguez.
Oh, and Isaac Gomez.
Let's go, Isaac. Good represent. Oh, Nathaniel Best from Alamogordo. Cool kid. I interviewed him last a couple of times. He was a really good athlete. I wish he would have gotten the playoffs, but it's an honor to just get into the All Star game.
Yeah. So that, and then we have small. So here's what I'm confused about as I was looking at this here. We have 6 man, we have 8 man, and then 2A and 3A are all playing one. So a lot of these kids are playing a different style of football. I wonder what that's going to look like when they all come together and play 11-man football. Because the smaller green versus red is it just looks a little bit different. So yeah, see there, it's 6, 8, 2 and 3 man, or 2 and 8, 2 and 3A,
Oh,
all
wow.
combined. Yeah.
I did not know that.
I wonder if we have any guys here from
Mesilla Valley.
Mesilla Valley. Yeah.
How dare they? I don't think we see any.
At
Maybe
least
they
not
didn't.
here. Let's see if they're
Maybe
on red.
maybe they didn't want to play.
I mean, whether you
Oh,
want to
there's
play
one.
or
There's
not, here
one.
it is. Yeah. Okay. Peyton Tarp, shout out to him. Secondary
Let's
will
go.
be playing. Will be playing for the red team. Uh, the head coach there is from Jow, little town there. Good for them. I wonder how they finish this season.
Joe's
But
always
yeah,
decent.
shout out to everybody. Shout out to all the kids who are um, selected. What a great honor to be able to be playing and representing your school at the state level as a all star for the state. So shout out to them. Shout out to Artesia who won their state championship for 5A. Good friend of the show, Javen, was able to hop onto our live and boast a little bit as they're doing huge things. They've played 4 years in a row in the state championship, both Roswell and Artesia. Last year, Roswell beat the Bulldogs, and now they got their revenge. So shout out to them. And the fact that Roswell and Artesia have been hogging the state championship for the past 4 years, a little selfish. Let's get Gatson in there.
Let Gasson get in there, baby. City of Champions, though, you got to beat them.
Yeah.
Got to beat them. It's like Cleveland. Oh man, that grinds my gears.
The
Grr.
what what
I just
what grinds
I
your gears?
you know what? I'm gonna say right now, the North talks a lot of crap. Those kids, I'm not gonna say need to be humbled, but they need to be a little more. I don't know, not respectful. I mean, you win, you can boast all you want, but like just relax a little bit. I saw a lot of Cleveland guys on my page that
What they
follow
do to
up
you?
New Mexico. I mean, they didn't do anything to me specific, but they're like tagging like Bulldog football and like their stuff and like saying like in their videos, go back to Cruces, just stuff like that. And I mean, you really can't do much. You got to beat them, so they can do whatever they want, I guess. But they do have 8 state championships now since 2011. 2011 was their first one. It's like it just amazes me because I don't remember talking about Cleveland at all, like growing up or anything like that, and all of a sudden it just boom. Um, but the fact that we got there this year is a good sign for years to come. So for, I mean, all the schools, I think there's going to be a lot of changes next year with Mayfield and Oregon Mountain, which is good. They're going to be competitive. I think a lot more competitive, both teams, no matter who they get. And then Cruces and Centennial just always figure it out, no matter who they have. And I mean, hopefully, our words last time. I know Centennial didn't like it, but maybe it'll um, kind of motivate them to kind of let's win this, man. Let's go. Like we're there. You're there.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
this close.
That close. I mean, the difference, and it is difficult, right? That being that close, it's small
Hmm.
little decisions, little things here and there that you could have changed. Injuries happen, and so it's good to see. It's good to see that the Las Cruces teams are representing. I mean, we as in Centennial and Cruces 4-6A were top four. We two teams from Las Cruces got buys. That's not
Yeah.
easy to do. So
Mm.
um, we continue to see success, and I want to give a shout out. They were mentioning it throughout the broadcast for the state championship game that their defensive coordinator for Cleveland has been coaching for 51 years. His name is Eddie Kilmer, and they were mentioning that he's just a nerd about football. He loves ball. He loves learning. He loves being competitive, and he is retiring. Is what they had said. This is going to be his last year coaching. Uh, Coaching for 51 years is a so to do anything for 51 years is a long time. So good for him. And so we'll see what Cleveland looks like with a new defensive coordinator. I'm sure he's got guys that have been working under him forever.
They're
That
loaded.
yeah, that they'll pick up a lot of the tendencies that he had, the way you prepare, the way you talk about the game, how you adopt different methods, right? Because like we've talked about, you can't just run a specific defense or a specific anything. You have to be uh, really fluid in the way that you coach these kids. You're gonna have different body types, different. Sometimes you're gonna be faster, sometimes you'll be stronger. All these different things that are happening, and so uh, I don't know him much, but the fact that he was around and he coached kids at a high school level for so long, want to give him a shout out. And so we'll see what Cleveland looks like now that their coaching staff will have a little bit of a shift. We'll see if they continue their success.
Yeah, I
Uh,
saw one of his interviews and I liked what he said. He said that I think he might have been just sticking to just coaching, like he wasn't really teaching. But he also said that he continuously learned throughout his coaching career and kind of sounded like he adapted. Because I mean, kids are so different nowadays than they were back in when we were there, way back whenever he was like
yeah,
starting out. Um, but yeah, and I kind of mentioned to you, I was like, was it the experience? Maybe the coaches uh, had that extra edge on Cruces, but no, you're right. I thought about it, and I was like, they played really well, and you know, it's just that movement up front, like it's hard. Those are the
it
big
was a
boys.
clean game. It was a
Hmm.
clean game. There was no interceptions. There was a few sacks. Cruces didn't get to the quarterback. Uh, but it wasn't like there was any bad decisions. There was no bad fumbles. There, it was very clean through and through. It was just who was going to be able to stop them, get a 4 and out, do something there to slow them down. But no one did. No one budged, and so it was a possession game for sure. So coaching wise, it was a clean game all the way through and
Yeah,
through. So the only time that really Coach Lopez really what could have been a decision that I don't think it was a bad one was going and kicking a field goal instead of trying to go for it on fourth down to start the third quarter. That's the only thing there for me that might have where you'll look at a coaching decision, but it was the right move. You needed touchdowns. He knew that. Everyone in that stadium knew touchdowns was going to win this game. It wasn't going to be a field goal game.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah.
just feel for Coach Lopez now. He's 0-2 in state champs. 2016 was his first loss. But here's a little idea I think I want to share. Maybe I know we want to play like these. We want to see how we measure up to the North teams early on, like the Cruces did and Cleveland did, like week 1, week 4. And Oregon Mountain even plays Cleveland or Rio Rancho once in a while. Maybe we just keep him off the schedule until we play him in the playoffs, because it seems like every time we play them twice, they just unload the second time. I have the example with Centennial winning last year with the first time at Cleveland, and then Cleveland came back, won at the Field of Dreams, which they are undefeated. So those people on NMOT Sports Facebook page, there was like a whole fight. Like people were getting blocked. They're like calling each other out because some guy from the South was like just kind of not whining, but like selling his voice on how they shouldn't be traveling. But Cleveland, in fact, and actually the Quaver probably too are undefeated at the Field of Dreams. It's like the Lightning Bolt Stadium South, whatever they want to call it. So, like, I don't think I'm glad we kind of went up there, and I don't think it would have been good if they came down here. But that's my 2 cents on it. Maybe we just wait to see them in the playoffs. That way, they don't have that first look at you, and obviously they have film. Um, but yeah, I really want to say too that Guardiola really he took some sacks, and it's not even his fault. They were just getting to him, and that was a difference maker too. They just made a couple more plays, but he stood in there, took some shots, and released that like nice little throw he has. Like it's not a some throws are on the money, like just bullets getting fitting in the window, but those little soft toss ones, like he was just putting it right there where Winnikoff could get it. And I know they kind of held Winnikoff to most of the game. I think up to like the third or fourth quarter, he had like 2 catches, but they were big catches. And then he had that touchdown grab at the end to bring it into one score.
hmm
But he had a good game too, and they kind of held Morrow to 93 yards. I think he had like 18 yards in the second half. But they had to air it out for, I mean, the only few possessions they had. But they all played really well. I was really impressed. It seems like they were on it DB wise, like their backs were ready to take the challenge, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But just the run game was way too much.
Yeah. I mean, the run game but again, you didn't allow for any big explosive plays where you felt momentum had shifted one way or the other too far. Um, but it was that one score before halftime. For me, that's what did it. And I think the broadcasters even said that like this is an important what just happened right now with that touchdown may be the game is what they mentioned during the second quarter. And that's why I mean by everyone in that area knew touchdowns is what you needed. So
Yeah, well, I want to move on,
yeah,
but like
yeah.
I want one more thing.
I actually have a
You ready?
question for you too. So go.
Okay. Well, they did only have Cruces only had like 2 penalties the whole game, so you're right there. Like there, it was a clean, and
hmm
Cleveland might have had maybe one more or something like that. But I'm just tired of this like bias thing towards the South or like to the North. Like the commentators, it's hard to. And I'm being picky. I'm being like a typical Aggie fan because we always whine about, oh, we don't have AY doing this game or something like that. But it's just like, okay, we get it. Like the North, you're from the North. Let's talk about that. Let's do a little South research here. Let's bring up some good stuff from us. Even like the Albuquerque Journal, like just the tweets and stuff. I'm like, come on, don't hate on, don't show your allegiance too much. Let's just be a little bit neutral here, which is what we're taught in journalism school, by the way. But
I mean, you can't even blame the North because there was an article written by I mean it was Las Cruces or Las Cruces Sun News, but it was the sports journalist for El Paso, and even like
Felix.
his article was heavily like Cruces is underdog headed to state championship. Like it wasn't a very pro South Las Cruces Bulldog piece in what was Las Cruces Sun News. So it's not. It's just I don't know. It wasn't only. It's not only the North that was saying that, but I'll tell you what. If and when we do get the opportunity to do some type of broadcast, and there is a state championship that's played here in Las Cruces, we're going to be pretty biased ourselves, right? And so I don't blame folks for that's just what they know. Um, but at least be fair on how those things work. We do have less teams in the South, or at least in our area, so they're Albuquerque is constantly going to be having a state championship game in their area, as we won't. Right? We'll only have maybe a chance for 6A, 5A, and what Mesilla Valley is.
Six
They just
man.
moved. Are they 6 men? 6 men or 8 men now?
Oh shoot, I think it was 8 man.
Yeah. But anyways, we have a smaller pool of teams, so we're not going to host the state championship very often, as opposed to Albuquerque area having a little bit more of a chance of hosting more often. So it is what it is. But yeah, there is a lot of fights, and actually, I saw a lot of the bickering back and forth. My question to you is, what about a neutral site? What if you did what Texas? So I used to live in Arlington, walking distance from Jerry World, the um, AT&T Stadium, where the Dallas Cowboys play, and the state championships. The way it works for Texas is you just have all the games on one day, or maybe even it was two, maybe, but you start from the lowest class all the way to the highest class, and they play with maybe an hour separation, and so you just have a bunch of people already in the stadium, and the games are just going back and forth. So when you talk about ticket sales, one game you might not make your money back, but if you can just sell tickets for the state championship weekend, and everyone just sells out, and collectively everything gets sold out, and you're able to go to all the games, you end up selling enough to make it worth your time in leasing, whether it's Aggie Memorial or it's the UNM Stadium. That's an option. That's what Texas does.
Yeah, that's. I'm glad your brain worked that out money wise and all that, because you're right. That's a good point. As a fan or spectator or coaching whatever, I like the way it is. I mean, I don't like the way it is. You see like these posts by like Artesia and Roswell, like why would we go over there? Like we already have something special over here, so that makes sense. But I mean, it seems like everyone's kind of in favor, from what I've seen on Twitter and like the Facebook stuff, to do what you just said. Like Arizona does it too. Like they have like a span over. I think like if it was this week, it would have been on Thanksgiving all the way up to Saturday, Thursday,
Mhm.
Friday, Saturday. I like it. I mean, I like that too. I know a lot of a lot of the old people were commenting and just like, "Oh, change, blah 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 blah, bad." But I'm like, no, that'd be cool. It'd be a cool experience for those kids to play on a D1 field. For one, media wise, us families can go see multiple people if they have like multiple small school kids playing in the
Yeah.
championship, big school. So yeah, I think they should venture off that way, or at least consider it. I mean, UNM, their AD posted on X saying like we're always welcome to the NMAA playing on our field. I thought that was really cool. And I mean, I don't know how NMSU works, but I mean, they did it in the past, so why can't we bring it back? So, no,
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up because that's a big talking point. And if we clip one of those, we might get a little bit of bickering on our stuff. But hey, that's what we want.
I mean, you don't think Texas teams have really nice stadiums that they prefer to play state championship in? I've
That's
seen some
true.
high level stadiums for like a 4A school, that isn't winning many games. I'm thinking Lamar, who is one of them that would live like down the street, that's in Arlington. They're down the street from Texas Stadium or AT&T Stadium. Um, they have a really nice place where they're the only ones that host that they're, it's their home field. There's
Yeah.
so many really nice stadiums in high school, Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, all these different states that are really big into football, but they play at their college for state championship. They'll play the championship at the big stadium just for that D1 experience, you know. So let's move on. We're good. We'll clip something there, whatever.
I
Good
like that.
conversation.
Good for you.
We do
That was a good point.
we have a lot more to talk about. Yes. Um, let's hop in here to NMSU football. They lost the final game of the season against Middle Tennessee, who only had 3 wins.
2 wins
So
before,
really
actually.
thought, well, yeah, now, yes, now they have 3 wins. Um, but it was one where we thought that they were going to be able to pull off. And then you had tweeted earlier this week that there was a possibility for us to still be bowl eligible. Hit it.
Yeah. No, they made me look dumb, and I didn't watch the game too much. I was glancing here and there because I was watching the Cruces football game. I wasn't as journalistic as you and multitasking, but um, I saw a lot of updates, and it's just I think Demonte, our starting quarterback, broke his leg heading into overtime, and I forgot the Parker Awad, maybe the backup, took over in overtime, and that could have been the game right there. But I know they were down most of the game, and they fought back, which is really cool. I know TK King had 2 touchdowns. He finally, for some reason, the last game of the year, we decided to utilize him. Um, but thank God the season's over, and hopefully we can rebuild. Whether that be finding new coaches, not necessarily the head coach, but like people that kind of work better in our system. Hopefully we retain a lot of these players. I know there's not just Demonte. I hope he has a quick recovery, whatever his
Mm-hmm.
official injury was. But there's also another guy named Patterson, who I don't know if he redshirted because I didn't see him on the
Yeah,
active
he's a
roster.
red shirt junior.
Yeah, he seemed promising, but you never know because this portal thing. I know now that they can't enter the portal right away in December, or maybe I think they took away the spring. Like they can't go to like a lot of guys would go to the spring workouts and then all of a sudden decide I want to transfer right after that. I think they took that away,
Mm.
so it gives more of a closed period of time of when they can decide. So we'll have a good idea of who the team is gonna have come springtime. So we'll see. I don't like that we lost to Middle Tennessee, but I'm just glad this pain is over.
Yeah, it's a rough. It was a rough season. We were super close on a couple. We missed a field goal early in the season. Some things here and there that happened where, yeah, we're looking at a different outcome, different vibe to the end of the season. Again, injuries. I think, yeah, at this point, Fife he's still was struggling with a concussion. You would have thought he was there celebrating senior day, that if he could play, he would have. And I think Coach Sanchez would have wanted that for him. So he was hurt. I still think that Fife gave us the best chance to win that game. So not having him does hurt. I do think that everyone got really excited because we beat UTEP, but UTEP is also not wasn't as strong of a team as as we might all think. And so I'm glad we were able to beat them and pull that off. But Fife does I like him. He is a more of a pocket passer, so he is not going to be running away from pressure as much. So that's exciting. But um, who knows? We win this game on Saturday if we catch a wide open pass to the left side in the end zone. I mean, he just like closed his hands to her. He was almost too open, is what happened. It was one of those things where it's like, how am I not being touched right now? Blown assignment completely by the defense, and
Just
drops it. It was third down. We tried another play, can't do it. So instead, we kick to tie the game. There was about a minute left. We would have been up by 4 with a minute left in the game. So
it's just one of those where you think too much. Got all
you
that
think too,
time
yeah,
coming. It's like baseball. You just out there and that ball hanging in the air. It's a lot. Yeah. I mean, you have so many reps, you think you would catch it, but I digress.
yeah. I was sitting in the Fulton Center, and everyone was just like, yeah, everyone screams because I mean he was so open. You could not be more open, and and it's just like, what the heck just happened? Feel for the guy. He was number 3. I can't remember what his name is. But
maybe we leave his name out of it
yeah,
for his feelings.
yeah. But yeah, so the Aggies are done. There's no chance of a bowl. Most said that there wasn't anyways, but I'm gonna choose to have hope. I'm gonna do that in my own life. I will choose to have hope. Anything
Hell
else for
yeah.
the Aggies?
No, but we do have another Aggies team that's on the rise, baby.
Yes, sir. This one's got different vibes. This has got a different feel completely.
Heck yeah.
This weekend, well, I guess wrapping up into the Thanksgiving weekend, right? We had a long, 4-day weekend. The Aggies were able to head on over to Cancun and dominate and continue their win streak at the beginning of the season. Shout out to Coach Hooten. I walked past him in the elevator um, at the game, said what's up. Tried not to nerd out too much, let him kind of just do his thing. But they're back in town, and they are 6-0 for the first time since 1969. It was that 1969-1970 season that we made it to the Final Four. And so that is the type of season that we are getting started with this time in the year of our Lord 2025. So good time to be alive. Good time to be an Aggie, specifically a B-ball Aggie. Jonah, how you
Mhm.
feeling?
I mean, I'm excited. We have a good couple of games this week. South Alabama, at Abilene Christian. South Alabama's 7-1. I believe Abilene Christian's 5-3. So the big test. I mean, not that those other games weren't test. Um, but yeah, on the road, true road games. We have Jamel Jones averaging 16 points, Julius Mims 9.4, Anthony's last name I can't pronounce, but he's been with Huon for a while. Or I'll say the Mexican way, the Weddle boy, averaging 8.2 points. But the good, like I keep saying, like they're just they. I watched them and it's so nice to see that we don't depend on just one guy. Like Coach T was right. Like we have guys that can come in clutch all around,
Yeah,
and it just so happened to be one of the first full games I watched was that um, just dominant win over Georgia State, I believe, the other day.
Georgia State.
And yeah, they're just loading it on them. So it's exciting. It's exciting to see, and it's promising. And then they also play Tulsa and next week, who's 6-1, who just lost their last game was against Kansas State. They lost by 1 point. So like we have some big tests coming up. And I mean, I want undefeated. Who doesn't want undefeated? But if we go like 2-1 in that little 3 game road trip before conference play, enter conference play with what 8-1 or 9-0 record. Ooh wee! AP,
Yeah,
watch out for us.
yeah. You got to watch the AP polls. I mean, we might start seeing a number next to our name on some of these games here pretty early on. But I think that's a good strategy. I think that's where Coach Hooten probably wants to live is let's get a solid start to the season, get a good base of who we are, that identity. Because again, a lot of these guys we haven't played as a team. These 6 games are what we have. Um, as I mentioned, they did go play in Mexico for an exhibition game, but not everyone can travel. Things from kids that are not from that are foreign countries or whatever, and so all that. So those 6 games is what we have as far as how that's working. That each game we're just going to keep getting better. That chemistry is slowly showing itself a little bit more each time, and they look like they're having so much fun. And it's so
Yeah,
easy to have fun when you're winning in Cancun. So, shout out to them. It's going to be really exciting to see them continue to build momentum for themselves.
yeah. You
They have
said
no
that.
votes. Real quick, there's no votes. The AP poll, there is no votes for the Aggies yet, but
I hate that.
we're there. We're almost there. We'll see.
I absolutely hate that. But you're right. Like I heard one of the players, I think it was one of the big guys, couldn't travel with the team for those passport reasons or whatever. Um, but yeah, and I also like that you said identity. Like it seems like this year's team has that. What's the word? Camaraderie, whatever it
Camaraderie.
is. Yeah, identity. Like they're just gelling, and not that we didn't see that with the other guys in the previous years. Um, But in terms of wins and that type of success, we're seeing it really early on, and it's nice to see because we're used to that. We're New Mexico State, baby. We get those wins.
Yeah, we're used to our basketball team. We have some great history with football or basketball coaches coming in and um, changing the culture of the city, uh, really creating some excitement where it used to be where we'd go fill up the Orlean Hotel in Vegas and we'd dominate the WAC.
Miss those
Now we
days.
go to somewhere in Alabama or something and play, but now travel is a little bit less. It's like, but creating that culture where we're a well traveled team, and so I think it's only going to become more and more exciting as we get into conference play, start to get into getting our seating for that conference tournament and heading into March. I did tell Coach T that we would see him in the Sweet 16. So I'm ready. I'm ready for that.
Ooh, loaded. That's some promising. That's a big promise right there. But um, I don't think the conference is. It seems more wide open this year, and it was wide open last year. Remember, there was just so much
hmm
not upsets, but there's people beating people that shouldn't be beating. So yeah, Conference USA is. I'm still gonna stick to it. One of the better basketball conferences um, in the nation. So it's nothing's gonna be easy, but if we can get one of those good seeds, I think like how high school is down here, the top four, so get little buys. So if we can get into that, get some rest, we're gonna be good. But that's long down the road.
Yeah. Yeah, so excited to see what the Aggies got in store, how they're gonna do the rest of this season. When do they play next?
December
Uh
2nd,
yes. And let
which
me
is
see.
Tuesday. Is that Tuesday?
Yeah, they play South Alabama. It will be not
Please tell me
here.
it's on
Katy, it
ESPN
says Katy,
Plus.
Texas. It
Yeah.
says it's gonna be in Katy, Texas. So
Oh, it's like a neutral site game. Okay, so
yeah,
maybe they're not true road games. Well, at least that one's not.
this is technically a home game, but then I saw that it wasn't the Pan Am. So yeah, they're
Okay.
December 2nd. They're playing South Alabama. It's going to be at 5 o'clock on Tuesday, and then we'll play next Saturday. We'll play at Abilene Christian. So we won't have a home game until December
December 21st.
13th.
Oh, shoot, 13th? Well, no.
December
Oh, yeah,
13th
yeah,
is
yeah.
Tulsa.
Tulsa, that's right. Yeah.
Oh no, that one is a neutral site too. They're playing at Frisco.
Okay, see, I was gonna say like the website had it kind of confusing with the little colored things.
Yeah,
Are
because
they
it's
on?
it's technically home, but it's not. It's neutral site.
Please tell me they're on ESPN Plus. They're streamed.
Nope.
No.
The Abilene Christian game will be on ESPN on December 6th, but December 2nd and December 13th will only be radio, seemingly.
Man, maybe they need us too, Frankie. Maybe we need to go out there and reach out to AD Fields. We'll help out. Might not be the
Make it
best, but we're gonna do our best.
volunteer. Adam Young's gonna be like, all right, slow your roll, chill out.
That's
uh,
funny.
yeah, so the next home game for our men's basketball is going to be December 21st against coach's alma mater, or not alma mater, but his old school, Sam Houston. So that'll be Sunday before Christmas,
Really? On a Sunday?
Sunday at 2 o'clock. It'll be our first conference game. What a strange
Interesting.
time. It's a
Yeah, what's a
weird time
weird
to
day? That's the Lord's Day, man. Come
the
on.
Lord. Did you tell them they were the Lord's chips?
I tried to.
And then they'll play the next Sunday. They'll play the University of Southwest too. So two Sunday games in December that we're gonna play, and that's that team in Hobbs. We played them last year. Remember,
Oh
they're
wow.
like a
I don't
D
even know what they
two,
are.
D3
Yeah,
school. Yeah. So um, yeah, we'll see
promising
how that
days ahead.
goes. A little bit slow here, but yeah, we have South Alabama, um, Abilene Christian, and Tulsa all coming up. Those are our next three games. Let's get some dubs. 9-0. Imagine a double digit. winning streak to start the season. Ooh, baby.
Ooh,
All right,
let's go, baby. Let's go, Coach. Who in? Who
let's go.
in?
It'll be fun. We're excited. I'm excited. And then we're going to stick here with some b-ball. We have the high school basketball season getting started. It just wrapped up its first week. Exciting stuff. I don't think the Mayfield boys haven't played a game yet, so I had seen that there's some um, still some zeros on the standings here, but I do have a little graphic for us to look at. Let me get rid of that baby. This here is what we're looking at for the boys basketball. So, like I mentioned, Mayfield hasn't played a game yet. Um, and then let's go from the bottom up. I do have the scores. I'm not sure if you do, Jonah, but Oregon Mountain lost to Franklin High in El Paso 62-69. And then Gadsden, they lost to Chaparral. That was a super close game. It was 57-59. And then Centennial, they beat Los Lunas 64-48. And then Cruces beat Montwood in El Paso 61-44. And Alamogordo, they beat Silver City 67-42.
Yeah, we're just getting to the thick of it, man. It's
Or not even. It's just getting started. I mean, I don't know what to make of the wins yet. They're all weighed differently. We don't know what the records are, so um, yeah, hopefully, first things first. A lot of people, like we've said in the past, people thought we were an Oregon Mountain show for basketball. Although they're great
hey, they
friends of ours.
they
Uh,
show us love, baby.
yeah, and they send us a bunch of good stuff and you know want us to help in every way we can. So I do have some. I do have their schedule that Coach or not Mr. Danner. He's
Hmm.
always he's always posting and does the social media for them, and so he tagged us in here, and so that's what Oregon Mountain boys basketball looks like this week. Their C team and JV are playing Las Cruces High School. Then they're going to play. The C team is playing Centennial, and then varsity has that Del Norte and Atrisco this week. So good luck to them. Shout out to Coach McBroom as he's getting ready for another season.
Yeah. I just kind of want to go over like give the kids their little shout outs too. But it's funny how Cruces and Oregon Mountain are similar with their schedule types. Like they kind of play the El Paso teams first, and then kind of not the lesser New Mexico teams, but like the middle of the pack teams. But Centennial and Mayfield are getting going right off the gun. Like they're playing Sandia this week, I believe. Let me see, put it on my notes. Centennial plays Hobbs Tuesday, Rio Grande the 5th, and then Sandia the 6th. And then Mayfield plays Del Valle Tuesday, Sandia the 5th, and Rio Grande the 6th. So they kind of switch off right there. Um, but yeah, Oregon Mountain played a good Franklin team. Franklin and Montwood, who Cruces played, are always really good in whatever sports they're at. I mean, and to for Cruces to beat Montwood, kind of a dominating win. And
Yep.
Montwood was 7-0 before playing them, and then Franklin's 5-2. So it's exciting. I think we're definitely looking at Cruces, but we're gonna be surprised with Oregon Mountain, Centennial, and Mayfield. I think Mayfield and Centennial are gonna take big leaps in year two under their first year head coaches from last year, which is Ben Trujillo for Mayfield and Vince Carrillo at Centennial. And they got a lot of guys coming back. I mean, Mayfield has Corona. I think his name is Fernie Corona, Hector Gallegos, and then they have a guy named Corey Patterson, who I believe, like Ben Walton at Cruces, didn't play last year. I think for some transfer rules or whatever. He might have played for Cruces his beginning of his high school career and made that change. And then Centennial has guys like Tracian Huntsman, Johnny Lenteria, Reese Labarine, who's the quarterback for them. And then I call him K2, I think his name. He's a senior. He's one of their bigger guys. Uh, their center. I think they call him power forward. I don't even know the positions, how they do it nowadays, but it's going to be exciting. And uh, Cruces also has a freshman playing by the name of, what's his name? Talon Miller. And he's big, bro. He's like six something, and he's
Dang,
getting some good reps. I was kind of looking at their pages and their highlights, and he was in the mix in that first Malmo game. So, watch out for Cruces. But I think this is the year. I know last year, remember, I used to always say like we can get multiple teams into the state playoffs. I think this year is a high chance of getting that done, which is exciting.
cool. Who do you think is favorite right now to win the district?
Definitely Cruces. Cruces should. I don't want to say breeze through district. Um, but you got teams like Alamogordo, and I'm never gonna say no to Oregon Mountain, but Alamogordo is also pretty. They go like one year, they're dominant, and then the next year they kind of rebuild, and then the next year they're back. So you got to watch out for Alamogordo too. I want to give them the respect; they're always in the mix. Um, so and I just last year Oregon Mountain had that great season, and then just we went to that. I think it was Farmington game, and
Yep.
when you seeds don't matter once you get to the playoffs in New Mexico. I don't think like it's just, especially with the basketball, it's March Madness, baby. Let's go.
March Madness. No, I remember that game. The Farmington was rowdy, man. That was a fun game to be
Yeah,
at. We sat on the Farmington side, and those fans were going after it. And that was fun. That was fun. I was like, "Oh, let's win, boys. We need this."
yeah. We were a little nervous, and it didn't. It wasn't a good night for us. And then Hobbs, we were watching that Cruces Hobbs game. We thought Cruces had it in them to do it, but this year they had more firepower. So watch out.
Was that the game that Coach Ben just like ran out of the
Oh
arena?
yeah, yeah. That's right. I forgot about that. I think he said a little peace sign to the fans too. It's like later. Love you, Coach Ben. Love that passion, baby.
Yeah. And then let's not forget about the girls.
Hmm.
Um, we have up top here, just for the sake of the fact that they've played two games, Mayfield is on top here in the district at 1-1. New look for them now that Coach Maya is out. And then we have Centennial, Gadsden, Cruces, Alamogordo, and Oregon Mountain. Um, Alamogordo and Oregon Mountain still haven't had a game yet, so we'll see we'll see how they do. But they are just now getting started in their season, so I'm really interested in first and foremost Cruces, just because Coach Selby, we went back and forth on comments and different things that we had pointed out during the season last year, but then just seeing the new leadership in Mayfield girls basketball. Hopefully, they can find some success and continue to um, do well. They were the only team that we went to go see at the pit, right? And so they are the most successful, let's say, uh, in recent time in the last year, and since the existence of a Mountain Echo, they have gone the furthest out of any basketball team in the city. So hoping they continue to do well there. And then Centennial, they did well last year as well. And with Coach Abney and all the good thing he's doing with big time hoops and all the girls that are trying to go to the next level, he's still posting stuff of the girls that he's worked with and some of the opportunities that have come from that. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I have no early predictions on who's going to win and who's not. Uh, I need some time before I do that. But do you have any predictions?
Yeah, I think George Maya is still there. I thought he was retiring too, but
Oh, really?
on the roster it says he's still the coach.
I was trying
Um,
to find that as we were doing notes, and I was like, "Is he gone?" And but I
I
didn't I
don't.
didn't think to even look there. I was just trying to see social media stuff.
Yeah, with all the Mayfield coaches retiring, I think that's a lot of information for us to keep up with. But I believe he's still there. He has a
Huh.
good chunk of his girls coming back, like Sienna McInnes. There's a couple of guards that were there last year, who we saw at the pit. And then Centennial, same thing. They had a lot of a handful of girls coming back, younger girls, and then they have some seniors too. But they just lost to Las Lunas the other day. But Las Lunas is always good in girls basketball. But like their boys program, they kind of build up right away. They play a lot of the top opponents right off the back. And then Cruces lost to El Paso team, I believe, maybe. But I know they play Pebble Hills this week, and so does Mayfield or Centennial. Oregon Mountain, I need to catch up on. I know their coach Connie, I believe. I forget her last name. But I think there could be a big leap in their year too as well. I always like that second year leap. You got the second year of being in that culture, kind of rebuilding everything. So it's tough. But favors for state would probably be like Sandia again, and Volcano Vista, and La Cueva with Jordan Dyer. I think your name is the girl we saw last year who just went off on Mayfield. She already committed to Pacific
Hmm.
for basketball, so she's a stud. So this is her senior year, so she looked for them to kind of have a big year, and I believe Mayfield might play them this year. To be honest,
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up right now standings and yeah, so they just you're right. Yeah, they just lost or they just beat Mayfield just beat Pebble Hills.
yeah, there we go. And I lost to Hobbs, but Hobbs, there we go. Hobbs was I think number one in girls last year,
Hmm.
so
Cool.
we shall see.
Yeah, shout out to them. It'll be exciting. It's only, after 1 week, a lot can change, a lot is going to happen, and the narratives will start drawing themselves out, right? And so we'll have a little bit more of an idea of who's stronger, who's not. Um, yeah, just a night and day difference. You even see like points for, point against 96 as opposed to Centennial having 26, So we'll see how that goes. Good luck to them there. And I wanted to touch as we're wrapping up here with high school basketball. Let me get rid of this. We mentioned other winter sports that are happening as there's a transition from football and some of the fall sports that kids are getting into now. Wrestling, swimming is just getting started. One of the first meets are happening in the next couple weeks, so we'll cover that when it gets closer to that time. But I saw that there was a post from the wrestling team for Cruces. They just went and they played or wrestled at Irving High School and they got first place here. So wanted to do a shout out to Cruces Wrestling, specifically the girls who got first.
Heck yeah, ladies, let's go.
Look at the individual standings here from from all the weight classes. You get first, second, first, third, second, third, second. So dominating at every weight class. So shout out to them. Cruces dominated their season last year. We were there when they won district, and these girls are beasts, and the guys are just as much as beast. But some of these girls, what do you notice is it's hard for them to find matches. You'd see a lot of times girls come up and there's nobody their weight class when you're wrestling a specific team. But when you go to these bigger tournaments, you have a chance for your whole team to compete all in one day. So it's sweet to see this. I know they usually have another big tournament right before the Christmas break. So excited to see how the boys start their season as well. So shout out to them as they got that first place championship, that trophy. Can we zoom into this? Let me zoom into this so we can zoom in there.
You know what? I think we might have some breaking
Yeah.
news right now.
Uh-oh. What's
I
happening?
think I saw Stephanie Rojas got third in that in her weight class. I think that's Steven's sister, our good old Steven. I don't
Really?
see I don't see her on the picture there, but I just actually text her. Yeah, that's her on the very far left, the first one.
Oh yeah.
Let's go, Stephanie.
Let's go.
Let's
Hold
go.
on.
I don't think your brother even knows that you're in wrestling. Let's go. I like the drum roll, and then we got some anticipation, and we had that loud
Sweet.
thing that you just
Shout out to
burst into my
her.
ear.
How did we
Let's go,
not know
Steph.
that? We are behind the eight ball here.
Oh,
Well,
that's why
I
I
mean, you
looked at the
did. I
screen
guess you
twice.
text her, so you do know. Yeah.
Now that's her for sure. Yeah, and I text her. Of course, these kids always have do not disturb at 7 p.m. So I won't get a text for probably another week. So, but
Cool.
that's exciting. Go girls, let's go dominate, baby.
And shout out to, this is super helpful if you're watching this still. Anytime there's tweets like this and we can kind of just grab it on there, that's super easy, as opposed to us just having to recreate something that you guys already did. So shout out to all the social media folks out there that are doing all this stuff, covering the kids, so that there can be some type of information sent on Instagram. And if we're able to, whether it's Instagram or X or whatever, super easy to just pull that out and give you some credit for what you guys are doing. So go follow Bulldog Wrestling, go follow the Oregon Mountain pages that are doing stuff. Whatever school that you are interested in that we talk about, a lot of the information that we get, or at least the skeleton of our conversation, it comes from there. So follow those folks there as we show screenshots of their posts and things like that. So
Yeah, load
yep.
up the
And
stat.
then summer summer is or summer it should be summer, but
It should
swimming
be so.
getting started like I mentioned, so we'll cover that more. If you are in swimming, or you know somebody who's in swimming, or you've been in swimming before and you want to give some insights into what that season looks like, what you do, how you're training outside and then coming in, and how the heck, where do you practice, where do you do stuff, all of those things are good questions. I know Centennial has a swimming pool. Frangers was where Cruces would go, I think.
Mhm.
Oregon Mountain, I'm not sure where they went when I went to
I have
school over
some.
there.
I have some info of that. I think. Actually, it's they're all pretty close to all the teams. I don't know where I read this from, and they might have been an article by Nick. But they all practice at New Mexico State, their pool. Um,
Oh,
and they like do team practices, like they're all combined, and so it's really all four schools kind of combined into one team, and they root on each other, from what I read, which is really cool. So
yeah,
go swimming.
sweet. So that it should be fun to cover them, as they, everyone kind of knows each other. So um yeah, we'll need to get in there, stick our noses into what's happening, and get to know some of the folks that are supporting these kids as they, I mean, swimming's that's a big deal. I mean, you, at that age, you're trying to, it's very structured. It's like track, where you know what speed you need to qualify for certain things. And so it's a lot more of really a personal kind of
Yeah,
besting yourself, right? And so that's really cool. Similar like golf and track, field, the shot put, and you know what distance you need for what school you want to get to. So we'll see what folks are doing. What speaking of track, I wanted to tell you, well, not about me. I was there. I ran the 5K for the turkey trot, but in Oregon Mountain grad, Jaron Wisner was at the turkey trot, and he ran it. He ran the 5K and he did it in 15 minutes. I looked at his pace. He had like a 14.5 pace
that boy
for
lives
a
for running,
marathon.
man. That's wild.
I don't know if I just snitched on him because I know he's running for Gonzaga. It's the off season, but I don't know what that looks like for, because he did it like a bib and like it's an official run.
He
But
just he just having some fun.
he's just having fun. He just need to work off some turkey. So
Yeah,
yeah, it was I ran a race against a D1 athlete. What's up? What'd you do this weekend?
I walked. All right,
Uh,
thanks for outing me.
um, but yeah, speaking of, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hopefully everybody had a blessed time with their family. Hopefully there was food on your table. Hopefully there was a great, or there was an opportunity for you to express your thanks to those people who are in your life. Uh, and if you haven't done that, or you didn't have that opportunity, reach out to someone. Tell them that you um, you appreciate them in your life. Tell them what they mean to you, because you never know what what life will bring even tomorrow, right? So, great time to say thank you to you guys as well who are listening. Time for holidays are around. It's getting darker, sad, sad darkness, and I know I've lived in Chicago in the past, and I struggled with not getting enough sunlight, and that is the season we're heading into now. So if you're feeling something, if you're not feeling right, if you're feeling like, you got no one to talk to, reach out to one of us, reach out to someone you trust, say hello. Um, and we want to be here for you and be there for someone as well. So wanted to say that as we wrap up. Joan, anything else?
No, yeah, go out there, get some vitamin D, get in the concrete river, do a little walk, run. It helps, works wonders. We're here for you. Don't feel alone. Like you said, very thankful for you guys for watching, for the subscribers we have, and just for the people that show their support. It means a lot to us. We're trying to shine a light on Las Cruces sports, but everyone down here in the South is just they deserve some say in it too. So we love you guys. We'll see you later.